Joining us now, Vice Chair of the Appropriations Committee, Democratic Senator Patty Murray of Washington. All right, I want to get you first on what Burgess Everett was reporting a moment ago, and that was positive vibes coming out of the Appropriations Committee. What can you tell us about that?
Well, what I can tell you is conversations are really important, and Democrats want our country and our government to work for people, and that includes the appropriations process. But the fact of the matter is what we are asking for here is for the Republican leadership and the president, who's out of the country, so he's not here, to sit down and talk with Democratic leadership about how we can get this process going and how we can find the best decisions for the American people. That has not yet occurred. Until it does, we are stuck in this.
What about this idea that there might be a conversation about a long-term appropriations bill, a budget bill, so that these continuing resolutions don't need to keep happening every few months, which everybody feels very hamstrung by? Would Democrats trade that for health care subsidies?
I do not want a long-term continuing resolution written by the Republican House and jammed onto us as the only solution. Absolutely not. Because what that means is the Republican leadership and Trump would make all the decisions about how the spending is. We want to actually write our appropriation bills that gives congressional input. That means every state, every district in the country has a say in how we spend all of our money. That is the right way to do that. But we also have to deal with this health care decision. As we have said from the very beginning, everyone's premiums who are on the ACA are going to double or triple or even quadruple next year unless Republicans come to the table and work with us to solve this.
I just had Everett Kelly, who represents the majority of the federal workers out there, and he feels, and his members, he says, feel like they are pawns in this. They keep getting trapped in these arguments on Capitol Hill between lawmakers who, by the way, are still getting their paychecks. He says health care should be dealt with, but not in this scenario. They don't want to be the ones that are suffering over it. What is your response to him?
You know, my heart goes out to every single federal employee. The Trump administration, since the beginning of this year, has treated them like non-human beings, furloughing them, laying them off, hiring them back, dismissing them, calling them names. And they are critical to our government and to our functioning across the board in so many ways. And now they are rightfully saying they are really feeling the pain and pinch of this as well. We want to work with them. We actually have legislation on the floor to pay all of our federal employees. It is actually sponsored by Republicans as well. If the Republican leadership brought it up, it would pass today. Speaker Johnson would have to bring his members back finally and pass it. But we understand that and want to fix that for them.
What about the people that are receiving SNAP benefits, the ones, the 42 million of them, by the way, who could lose that benefit as of this weekend?
You know, Katie, this issue makes me so mad because Republicans just a few months ago enacted the largest cut to SNAP in our nation's history. And now they are turning around today and using people on SNAP benefits to deny them the food they need. This is the facts. The administration has the money in a contingency fund that they have used before and lawfully can do again to make sure people who are receiving SNAP benefits do not lose out on that. They are refusing to do that, and that is wrong. Yes, we want to make sure that people get their SNAP benefits. We are happy if the president is once again going to abuse people who don't have food for their kids. We will happily pass that here in the Senate and ask the House to as well, but it is incumbent upon the Republican leadership. It is galling to me that the president is sitting at these amazing dinners and redoing the White House to the tune of millions of dollars and sending money to Argentina and wherever else he wants to, and doesn't recognize that right now, with one word, he can make sure these SNAP beneficiaries get what they need.
So despite what Burgess was reporting on the positive vibes, it still sounds like you guys are at the same impasse you've always been at, which is the Republicans aren't budging and the Democrats aren't budging. How long? I mean, do you
Look,
see yourself ever budging? I mean, can you confirm?
I am happy to talk to anybody. I am here. I'm ready to do that. But Katie, you need to understand what has not happened in this negotiation, unlike any other negotiation I've been in the long time I've been here, is for the Republican leadership, that's Speaker Thune, Leader Thune and Speaker Johnson and the president sit down with Democrats, put their issues on the table and make a decision. And that has not happened. They have refused to even talk. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, listen, and I've been covering this for 10 years, and you're right. That's normally what we see. A president gets involved. There are negotiations. There has not been a negotiation here. So on that subject, can you tell me that Democrats are never going to buckle on the issue of subsidies, that you will not vote until that is on the table, as long as it takes?
Katie, what I'm going to tell you is we are here fighting for people like my constituents who are opening up their mail right now and discovering, like a woman just told me, her bill is going from $800 a month to $2,100 a month for her insurance next January. You bet I'm going to stand here and speak out for her to make sure that we deal with that issue. And I plead with my Republican counterparts. Listen to your constituents. Watch what is happening. Sit down and work with us so we can solve this.
All right, Senator Patty Murray of the Appropriations Committee, Vice Chair, appreciate your time, also in leadership.